All right, everybody, welcome back to Boulder County Roller Derby, the Flatiron Faceoff. My name is Chai Kilski. You are now watching the gold medal game coming right up between the Northern Arizona Roller Derby Whiskery Rollers and the Denver Roller Derby Standbys. Skating in white for Arizona, 1031 Halloween, 12 Shenanigans, 13 Hugs and Stitches, 24 Spitfire, 26 Destroyer, 321 Vivian Slaya, 51 Mecha Frickenstein, 562 Tinker Hell, 61 B Randy, 7 Glitter Bomb, and 88 Joya Destroyer. Skating in navy blue for Denver Roller Derby, standbys, 02 Wes Slamderson, 028 Slam Track, 11 She Be Dangerous, 111 Royal Tenenbaum, 1472 Yeti Bird, 333 Missy Nigma, 404 Smack Overflow, 412 Keeper of the Skate, 416 Bash Tag, 47 Nikita Chiquita, 514 Butterscotch, 55 Misery Lizness, 562 Cat Possible, 631 Mads Kills, 696 Blasphemous, 737 Savage Sunflower, 8 Jet Set, and 847 L on Wheels. I'll read out those officials to you in a little bit, but first we've got jam number 1, Halloween and Miss Enigma on the line. Halloween for Northern Arizona Roller Derby taking that first lead in jam number 1. Missy with the star in hand looking for the star pass. That is She Be Dangerous with the pivot hat on. And an easy 4 points on the inside line, almost unchallenged for Halloween. And we've had a star pass, first star pass of the game going to She Be Dangerous. We hear the call-off instruction from the bench. We'll see if Halloween gets by. Yes, so that is going to be at least 8 points on the board for Northern Arizona, NAZRD, and 2 on the board for Denver. So it's just me tonight, folks. Hope you're enjoying this on the Boulder County Roller Derby Twitch channel. I'll try and take a look at the chat every now and then. If you say something fun, I'll repeat it. Or I will even banter with you. Jam number 2 is live. We got ourselves a new lead jammer this time. That is going to be Glitter Bomb for Northern Arizona. So second lead in a row for the team from Prescott. 4 points on the board for Arizona. They want to catch up. They want to extend that lead. Denver jammer, L on Wheels, not yet completing the initial. Star in hand, looking for the pivot. Glitter Bomb recycled to the inside line by 631. Mads Kills at the back, holding down that defense. Denver stretching the boundaries of pack definition here. In Northern Arizona doing the same thing in the front of the pack. 1 to beat, but the pack collapses. Glitter Bomb picks up those 4 points. We have had a star pass. That's Bash Tag now with the star. Just a reminder, Denver here playing in the navy blue jerseys and Northern Arizona in the white jerseys and mostly pink helmets. Ooh, a forearm call at the end of the jam here. 4 points on the board for Arizona, extending their lead. 20-2. Just under 27 minutes left in this first half of this gold medal game. Hey, shout out to Tenacious T. Let's go Phoenixes, you got this. That was from the previous game. They definitely had that. Sin City did put on a good show. We had a lead change in the second half. It was really exciting. But Phoenixes did take the win in that third place medal of this Flatiron Faceoff. Now we will see who's getting silver and gold. Vivian Slaya for Northern Arizona. Misery Lizness for Denver. And we do have a lead jammer. That is Vivian Slaya. Another lead. So third lead in a row for Arizona. This is a great start. Liz with having 1 to beat, then 2 to beat, then 1 to beat. All right, Misery Lizness through, completing the initial. Hey, Vagician, nice to see you in the chat from Missy. I'm a big fan of Missy Enigma myself. Ooh, and out of an illegal position there on a blocker. So now we have the jammer. This is actually a power jam for Denver. Vivian Slaya in the box for Northern Arizona. They did have 2 blockers in the box. Just 1 now, and a power jam for Denver. Ooh, a high block being assessed to Misery Lizness. So trading power jams. Just over 40 seconds left in this jam. So I do believe Liz will serve the 30 seconds. I think the other jammer sat pretty much the whole time. But this jam will end with both jammers out of the box. Fingers crossed. All right. 4 more on the board for Arizona here. Again, extending that lead. Denver not starting super strong, but if you know anything about Denver, you know they're generally second half teams. That's true of their C team as well. So we will just have to see. This is early days. All right, y'all heard that jam timer, 5 seconds. Halloween back on the line for Northern Arizona. Smack overflow for Denver. So Smack knocking down most of the pack. We are going to see a multi on Northern Arizona blocker. Okay, penalties for everybody. Lead jammer, again. Jam number 4, 4th lead jammer in a row for Arizona. That's impressive. Denver pivot heading to the box. That is bash tag. Yeah, that was shenanigans going to the box for Arizona. So a lead for Halloween and 4 points already in this jam for Northern Arizona, the Whiskery Row-llers. Smack overflow, still working on this. Arizona defense definitely together. Bree Randy running after the jammer a bit, but has to let go before she goes out of play. Jam will end. 4 more points on that pass for Arizona. 8-0 jam, 34-6. Arizona not kidding around. They want to extend that lead as much as they can. Not everybody sees when the jam ref eats it, but we saw that. Team timeout called by Denver. Let me take this opportunity to tell you about our officials for this game. Off skates officials are headed as so is Gluteus Cactimus, Identity Crisis Radar, Darth Thader, Arson Crafts, Sonar, Stack Trace, Sunny, Tyler, and Malicious Compliance. And our on skates officials are Head Ref, Margie Ram, Milf and Cookies, Nitro G, Rocco, Fernspike, Bacon the Question, and Battlin'. And shout out to all of our medics, photographers, volunteers, announcers who make this weekend possible. Couldn't do it without you. If you're interested in being a medic, check them out at the ticket table, or, you know, of course, just contact Boulder County Roller Derby on their website. You get into the game for free. There's usually not that much blood. More tears than blood, I would say. But you don't have to go see a medic for tears, mostly. I got my dog here this weekend, and she's hanging out with a friend right now, and she is looking around for me, and she's so good. I love her. Oh, Aki. All right, here we go. OPR is paying close attention to this jam. Glitter Bomb and Yeety Bird on the line together for the first time. Glitter Bomb did get lead the first time she was out. Let's see if she prefers that lead percentage. We've had 4 leads in a row already for Northern Arizona, 0 for Denver, but maybe this will change in jam number 5. Let us see what Yeety Bird can do. Beautiful one-on-one blocking by the Arizona defense here, and that is it. First lead jammer for Denver, Yeety Bird. Glitter Bomb does get out immediately, and Yeety Bird calls it, but hey, lead jam counts. That counts. 0 points on that jam. All right, we're back. Vivian Slaya back on the line for NAZRD. Miss Enigma for Denver. Another lead jammer for Denver, so second lead in a row now. Again, the Arizona jammer does get out very quickly, forcing a call-off. Holly Ween on the line. That is the captain of this Whiskey Rollers team. L on wheels for Denver, and that is going to be Holly Ween. So third lead in a row for Holly. Denver had 2 leads in a row there, but Arizona quick to take that back. So 7 jams, and 5 of those leads have gone to Arizona so far. And we've been running kind of long jams here. We got 20 minutes left on this clock. No, not too long. I'm corrected. And we've got a low block on a jammer, so that's L on wheels heading to the box. Power jam Arizona. Denver did not need this. We are going to see a little offense here happening. Holly Ween making sure to stay in bounds. Picks up that lead status, and we've got another penalty here on a blocker for Denver, just as L on wheels is about to be released. Elle gonna go ahead and keep that star on. Holly through on the inside, taking a spill, but it's not making that blocker take a spill. Doesn't quite knock her out of bounds. 12 points so far in the jam for Arizona. 46-6, already up 40. So it's time for. Okay, here we go. Holly Ween forced to call off the jam, get knocked out to the outside line. Cots in the box for Denver. I didn't see that penalty, or I would tell you what it was. But Denver sitting on 2 blockers in the box. So pack advantage definitely Arizona. Smack overflow sent out for Denver. Glitter Bomb for Arizona. Smack trying to go up that outside line. Again, Arizona very good on the lines. Smack taking the star off as, once again, Glitter Bomb picks up lead for Arizona. Smack makes it through. The pivot for Arizona heads to the box. I think that is, yep, Mecha Freakenstein. Jam's going to come to an end. Both pivots sitting in the box. We are going to see a couple of points on the board here for Arizona. 4. Will we see some for Denver? I don't think so. Nope, that is a fist. Got some friends heckling me from down below, but you know what? I'm a GD professional. Professional amateur announcer. Next jam is live. That is Vivian Slaya Misery Looseness for Denver taking that lead. That is the third lead now for Denver in 9 jams. So Arizona definitely on top of things right now. But here we go, Liz. Hopefully trying to change the story here for Denver in the first half. We are almost halfway through. 54-10 now, Denver with the lead jammer status and scoring. Vivian Slaya has not yet completed the initial. So 2 of the Arizona blockers at the front. Really good 2 blocking, 2 wall, and a really good one-on-one blocking, but that's going to be 4 more points on the board for Denver here. Really good one-on-one blocking from Hugs and Stitches. And we've had a star pass to the pivot. That is number 54, Mecca Freakenstein. Mecca Freakenstein has the power, has completed the initial, and has gotten 4 points for Arizona. So 4 points is the pivot. That's always nice for your pivot jammer stats. Denver choosing to call off this jam rather than let Mecca Freakenstein get some more points. So a nice save there by Denver. 12-4 jam in favor of Denver, but your score is still 58-18, and NAZRD is up 40. Just tuning in, is that you? Hey, Ginger, what's up, girl? Guys, I brought Aki with me to the venue today, but I also brought my neighbor friend's Shiba puppy, Evo. He's already bigger than Aki, so if you're here today, you got double the surprise. All right, we are back. Hollyween against Yeety Bird. So Hollyween been playing it very clever. Bash tag up at the front. Hollyween does get lead. Got held up a little bit. Yeah, we're going to see a high block. Yeah, on Mecca Freakenstein, who is not wearing the pivot this jam, but literally was just skating. Yeety Bird working on the initial, not quite out yet. I do believe. Completed the initial, but no points, unfortunately, there. But force a call off, only a 4-point jam for NAZRD here. 62-18, 15 minutes left in this first half. And of course, this is your gold medal game, your last game of the weekend. Whoever wins will get gold, whoever loses will get silver. Either way, you're leaving somewhere with a prize. Missy Enigma on the line for Denver. I'm a big Missy fan. You can tell everybody I said it. And she's your lead jammer for Denver, because I'm a witch. Glitter Bomb jamming, breaking Glitter Bomb's perfect 100% lead jammer status. That is Miss Enigma coming in for the scoring pass, coming up the outside, juke it to the inside. Yep, calling off that jam. Let's see if she gets all 4. Just 2. But still, some good fancy footwork from Miss Enigma there. And some fast catching up by the Arizona jammer, Glitter Bomb. New jam, new jammers. Vivian Slaya back on the line against Elon Wheels. So Elon Wheels having a bit of a rough start. Hasn't gotten a lead yet. Has gotten a penalty. And we will see a forearm on Royal. A knockout. Yeah, Bash Tag hoping for maybe a cut track call, but refs were not looking that far back, and also I think the jammer passed Bash Tag already. So that is lead jammer status for Vivian Slaya. A multi on Mecca Freakenstein. I think that's the third one for Mecca. Somebody keeps yelling defense, 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 and you know what? They're right. Best offense is a good defense. Another blocker in the box for Arizona. A third blocker heading to the box. So that's not going to work out. Oh, maybe it will. Mecca Freakenstein told to stand just as the pivot comes to sit. That is B. Randy, the pivot. Vivian Slaya is your lead jammer, so obviously they're going to be invested in getting their blockers out if they can. Elon Wheels coming through, picking up 4 points. Oh, but Slaya picking up a penalty, a jammer penalty. So now it's a power jam for Denver. 23 on the clock. Slaya may not be released from the box, giving Denver a power jam in the next one. Oh, nice hit there on the Denver jammer. That turn 2 is dangerous in this venue. You always will slide right out. Mecca Freakenstein heading back into the box. Sorry, Mecca, I'm not picking on you. I enjoy your playing, but you're going to the box a lot. Clean it up. You can do it. Thank you, Smack Mama, for joining us in the chat. I'm guessing Smack Overflow. All right, y'all heard the jam timer. Here we are. A power jam for Denver, a chance to get a rare lead status, and they have sent out Yeety Bird. Vivian Slaya starting from the box, and we got ourselves a lead jammer. That is Yeety Bird. This is exactly what they needed, is a nice little power jam. Slaya's tired, coming from the box, looking for the star pass. It drops the star right on the ground. Oh, my gosh. You know, Pivot can pick it up, but you got to make sure the jammer touches it before you kick it back. So that's something you can totally do. Hugs and Stitches is the jammer. Is it a legal star pass? That's a question. Not the jammer? Not the jammer. Okay. I saw that ref very clearly say, you are not the jammer. So Hugs and Stitches is in the box as a blocker. Yeety Bird has lead. He's here on a power jam. Arizona has lost Spitfire now to the box. Hugs and Stitches threw the star away, which is allowed. Hugs and Stitches standing. Slaya completed the initial. Is on a scoring pass, and now is looking for that star pass. Hugs and Stitches takes it. All right, confidence here. Makes it through that pack. All right, Yeety Bird hearing the call-off request from it sounds like everybody in the venue. All right, team timeout called by Arizona. Yep, this is definitely a time to do it. You're just under 10 minutes left in this first half. Denver has absolutely caught up, 64-45. What was a 40-point lead has been eaten away. Denver just now ending on an 11-0 jam, where Northern Arizona did a star pass and looks like got 0 points. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Little t-shirt toss action happening here. Shout out to our live stream sponsor, Pitzer Productions. At Pitzer Productions, we specialize in dynamic, high-quality live video productions, multi-camera setups, live graphics, and flawless live streaming. We turn your event into a broadcast-ready experience, whether it's a corporate conference, concert, or live streaming in a derby event. Let us handle the tech. You focus on the movement. Pitzer Productions, P-E-I-T-Z-E-R. Check them out online. All right, that is the end of the timeout. That was the second team timeout used. Denver's already used one. So both teams have used a team timeout. They've got 2 left. And here we go. Jam number 14 is live. Smack Overflow sent out against Halloween. And we got ourselves a lead jammer. That is Smack Overflow for Denver. So Denver deciding to play some full court offense here. We did see Halloween head to the box. So Denver, this is having a power jam right now. Arizona blocker in the box. Halloween is now standing. Smack gonna maybe score some points, but 2 points picked up, but icing Halloween in the box. So we'll see if this turns out to be a good decision. Miss Enigma gonna start on the line here for Denver. Everybody's on that pivot line, so I don't know, this is just me. When the Halloween is released, she doesn't have to skate back behind the pack. She can almost just go straight in, because unless they all suck back at the last second, nope, didn't happen. Halloween is released. Missy coming through. 2 to beat. Everybody's a little distracted by their jammers coming back in. Here we go. Quick reform from Denver. Very nice. Denver in turn 1 hanging on to Holly, but if they don't get back together, they're not going to hold her. There's some arms happening here. Holly takes advantage of the separation and gets out. Miss Enigma is your lead jammer, but here comes Holly. Yep, call off.
To the sound of thunder, like a whisper in my ear. I gonna wait for it.
Glitter Bomb back on the line against Elle on Wheels. They've been together a few times already. And that is going to be Glitter Bomb, your lead jammer. So out of the jams Glitter Bomb's been in, she's only not gotten lead 1 time, and that was against Missy. Here comes Elle on Wheels. Very close. So Glitter Bomb's going for at least 1 point here. Although, oh wow, okay, again, 2 in the box for Arizona. And that is Tinker Hell and the pivot. I believe that was B. Randy. Correct. Okay, some stuff. Okay, a low block on Halloween as the jammer. So handing Denver a power jam and lead. Another power jam for Yeety Bird. And only 2 blockers on the track for Arizona right now, although 2 more will soon be released. Yeety Bird coming through on a scoring pass. Oof. Again, nice, very nice one-on-one blocking from Hugs and Stitches, but blocking alone is not going to win Arizona this game. Okay, they're icing Halloween in the box again while standing. She's only got a few seconds left, less than 10. And they are sending out, looks like smack overflow. And Denver has eaten away at this lead, guys. This is an 11-point game. Official review called by Arizona. I'm going to go away and see if I can find out what that's about. I'll be right back. We have a lead jammer. That is Halloween. Miss Enigma jamming for Denver. Released from the pack. Ooh, Halloween calling it, but not before Missy picks up all 4 points. So the OR, for those who are dying to know at home, all 5 of you, thank you for joining me. Northern Arizona called the OR. They wanted the low block on Halloween rescinded because they argued that it was incidental contact that caused her to trip the other jammer at the beginning of the jam. The refs agreed and rescinded that low block. So no real game impact except that their jammer they're one of their main jammers and their captains has 1 less penalty. So that's pretty good. So they retain their review. And we're back to Vivian Slaya jamming for Northern Arizona roller derby and a smack overflow. Slaya picking up that lead jammer status. Smack is through. People are yelling call it at Slaya, who picked up those 4 points. Oh, but unfortunately it is going to be a cut track call. Cookies came over to clarify. So a track cut on Slaya. And a power jam for Denver. So lead lost, 2-minute jam, 1:10 left on the period on the jam clock. 3.5 minutes on the period clock. Ooh, a forearm on the Arizona pivot. And that is our very good one-on-one blocking friend, Hugs and Stitches. Vivian Slaya standing in the box, released, but has just lost 2 blockers. So not going to be an easy time of it. Smack through for 4 points for Denver, inching up. Will we see a lead change before the end of the period? Maybe. Big hit on that Arizona blocker on the outside line and taken out. Oh, by Mecca. So we're going to see an illegal procedure and a penalty, another penalty, a contact penalty for Mecca Freakenstein. That's got to be at least 5 by now for poor Mecca Freakenstein here. Jam comes to an end. Let's see how these points shake out. I don't know if it's going to be a lead change in this jam, but holy wow, that was a lot right at the last 20 seconds of that jam. Okay, Arizona going to call their second official review of the half. They just won their first one. I'll let you guys know what that is after halftime. I'm not running up and down these stairs again with 2 minutes left on the period clock. But 79-71, a 12-9 jam in favor of Denver. Oh, 78-71. Okay, just kidding. Y'all see that clock changing. Y'all see that scoreboard changing. 77-71, 12-7 jam in favor of Denver. 2 minutes and 10 seconds on the period clock. This is jam number 19. We got another official review in use. We're going to head into jam 20. What is that second review about?
stars reflecting. Empty times made us steal. Everything but you is fading.
So White requested an in-sub to be rescinded. So Arizona asked for, there was an in-sub on, on Mecha Freakenstein, and that will not, call will stand, not retained. And Llama thinks I'm pretty, so, that's going on the video forever. I'm way up high on, like, a platform with Ben, our videographer, and everybody's making faces at me, and I keep winking at them, and they're talking about me, but I'm choosing to believe they're complimenting me. James Ostentatious, thank you for joining us in the pack. Senora Poundcakes, nice to see you. I just saw you play with Sin City. Yay. Red Hoat asks, is that the Jane Ostentatious that was at ASU and NAZRD brief? You know what? Maybe. You got to ask her. All right, here we go. We got a new jam and a new jammer. We got a lead jammer, and that is L on Wheels. Glitter Bomb jamming for Arizona. So, L on Wheels. No points for nobody. Are we going to see a lead change at the end of the half? At the end of the half? What do you think, Ben? Ben raises his hands. He does not know. 77-71. Denver sitting on my number. It's anyone's game. Ben's a born announcer. Hollyween up against Yeety Bird. So we've seen these two go up against each other a few times. Yeety Bird tending to take a power jam over Hollyween. So we'll see. We shall see. Cat Possible holding down the defense here for Arizona as Hollyween picks up that lead jammer status. They want to hang on to that lead. Just under a minute left in the first period of this gold medal game. Ooh, and a star pass completed. That is She Be Dangerous taking the star for Denver. Hollyween not calling it off. Okay, there she goes. Gonna go ahead and call it off after picking up 4. We've got 37 seconds left on this clock at the end. A forearm being assessed to Cat Possible. Sorry to you, Cat Possible. These things happen. We will have one more jam, but it's gonna be like 7 seconds left on the period clock when it starts. 10 out of 10. Love that journey for us. 81-71, Arizona in the lead. Northern Arizona, I should say. There is an Arizona there. We call Arizona all the time. I should make the distinction. And we are live. Vivian Slaya, Miss Enigma for Northern Arizona and Denver, respectively. Missy, you think you got her out of bounds. It's 9 times out of 10, you did not. So you got to make sure. Looks like she's skating in poisons, too. This floor does stay pretty slippery. She does get lead. She got her hips out. But again, I believe, that is Hugs and Stitches there. Final line of defense. And Slaya is not the lead, but gets out of the pack. And that's going to be halftime. Denver came really close to overtaking Northern Arizona, who came on really strong, had over a 40-point lead at some point, and Denver just ate that away over the course of the first half. We've got just under 15 minutes for the intermission, and we will be right back. And we are back. Halloween on the line, Miss Enigma. Halloween for Arizona, taking that first lead of the second half. Missy completing the initial. Holly coming through with that scoring pass, gonna call the jam off. Does not get all four. Yep, just picking up two, hanging on to that lead, 83-71. So if you'll recall, at the end of the first half, we had 81-71, a 10-point game. Northern Arizona starting very strong, an over 40-point lead against Denver. Denver inching up as the period progressed, and now we will see the second half of this third-place game. Glitter Bomb jamming for Arizona, Northern Arizona roller derby. L on wheels for Denver. Glitter Bomb, picking up a cut track and handing a power jam, and now lead to Denver. L on wheels with a 30-second power jam. Denver stopping and then quickly starting to hopefully play a little offense, get that pack moving or separated. That works. Getting out in turn 3. 4 points on the board for Denver. Here we go. Holly Glitter Bomb now standing for Northern Arizona in the box. Another 4 points. Yeah, but that's going to be a cut track call now on L on wheels right at the end. Probably just toe stop, baby wheel over tape. So now handing a power jam to Glitter Bomb and Northern Arizona. Denver recycling back just about as far as they can go and still be making back. Coming back into turn 3 here. We're going to see some offense on the outside. That works. That's the initial done now for Glitter Bomb. Kotz directing the pack to come up front. Captain Nikita Chiquita hanging on to pack definition there, making sure things stay copacetic. L on wheels released from the pack. So had lead, lost it. This is a scoring pass. Glitter Bomb coming around for a scoring pass. Here's Kotz. Here's She Be Dangerous with the star. For the stripe, sorry. And that is 4 points for Glitter Bomb. L on wheels getting recycled back. Pack is rolling, but in control. So I think we'll see a few more points here for Denver. Yep, does pick up all 4. An 8-8 jam. Denver still behind here. We've got an 11-12. Math is so hard for me. Northern Arizona's in the lead. A timeout. Is that an OTO? Red Hope 35, lockdown NAZRD. You guys got this. Very nice. Bam Beasley also here for the Whiskey Row-llers. Thank you again for joining us in the chat. If you are in the chat, we appreciate you. Looks like an OTO. Not sure what it's for. There was one in the first half, and it was for a... there was a Band-Aid on the track. Can't have that. That can really muck up somebody's wheels. It's totally a thing. Everybody taking a chance to take a deep breath, get some water, get a couple of pictures taken. Sorry if you heard that, that was my neck. Looks like we are ready to go. And we are here, Vivian Slaya on the line against Yeety Bird for the team from Prescott and Denver, respectively. And that is going to be Vivian Slaya. Your lead jammer, Yeety Bird, with the star in hand, looking for the way through. We're going to see a direction on Arizona skater Destroyer. And a penalty for Yeety Bird. So a power jam for Arizona gives them a chance to extend this lead that Denver has taken. So I've been on 2 games today. I haven't really seen anybody take huge advantage of these power jams. You might see 4 or 8 points go up. We'll have to see if this changes in this one. Vivian Slaya, nice moves, juking through the pack. Going to pick up an 8 total points for Northern Arizona. Bringing that score up, 99 to 79. An 8-0 jam, so extending again to 20 points. So Denver came within 10. That's the closest they've been since that first big pull away by Northern Arizona in the first half. Yeety Bird starting from the box. Holly Ween hoping for a fast lead. Denver deciding to lock down that defense a bit. Yeety Bird back on the track. Holly Ween does pick up the lead jammer status. Yeety looking for the pivot. Yeah, and a direction call on Denver blocker. That is Wes Slamderson. Yeety Bird is out of the pack, completing the initial. Holly continuing, gonna call the jam off after picking up 4 here. No reason not to, they're up. They don't need to get all those points quite yet. Better to play it safe because there has been quite a few jammer penalties for everybody. New Jammers, Glitter Bomb back on the line with Miss Enigma. Lead jammer that is Glitter Bomb for Northern Arizona. Missy hoping to get out on the outside. She often does. Ooh, nice catch by the pivot. That is Hugs and Stitches, of course. And Missy is free. Glitter Bomb working on a scoring pass. Yep, gonna call the jam. I feel like I heard a penalty there towards the end. Let's see who sits in the box. So just a 3-point jam on there. Northern Arizona, again, hanging on that lead, holding Denver scoreless or close to it. That's definitely a way to play. Ooh, nice knockout. She be dangerous with the recycle. Vivian Slaya starting in the back here, stuck on that Denver defense. They've decided to buckle down a little bit. Smack overflow jamming for Northern Arizona. We are seeing a no pack call. Here's the reform. 1 Denver blocker in the box. That's Nikita Chiquita. And we've got our lead jammer finally. That is your friend, Smack Overflow. 40 seconds to get that lead. So both teams really digging in on that defense. 2 Arizona blockers, Northern Arizona blockers in the box. And Smack Overflow hears it for the call-off. So no points for Arizona, rare for them on this jam. Smack Overflow picking up at least 4, but Nikita Chiquita's in the box. However, Northern Arizona is down 2, so perhaps Denver is hoping a little like 3 versus 2 drill is going to help them pick up that lead jammer status faster. There is Holly Ween standing on the jam line. And L on wheels for Denver. But you know what? Northern Arizona's been really good with these little 2 walls they've got going. And again, Holly Ween's going to take that jammer status, that lead jammer status. L on wheels right there with her. Pack is going fast. They look like they're looking around. Maybe they should slow down a little bit. But they're going to see if L on wheels can beat Holly Ween to the pack. Ooh. Again, jammer hits going fast. It's really hard on this track. If you've never skated here, it is a pretty slippery floor. There are some spots that are sticky, but it's mostly pretty slippery. I did see Missy over here skating in outdoor wheels. We're going to have a quick little break. I will be right back. All right, shout out to all of our lovely sponsors you see here on these slides. A lot of them are our local breweries. Longmont is definitely a beer town. A lot of Boulder County is. Many great options, many of whom donate to Boulder County Roller Derby. So thank you guys. Thank you all. We are back after a quick timeout. Shout out to all of our lovely medics. I believe the next whistle may start the jam. We're just waiting for that jam timer. Our score is 110 to 83 right now. Northern Arizona has been in lead pretty much the entire game. Denver came close. They came within 10 points at the end of the first, beginning of the second half. Northern Arizona rightfully freaked out a little bit about this, and they've extended their lead again. So back to, I think, a 27-point lead, if I can do the math here. Usually I cannot. So if I'm wrong, oh well. Lots of people are wrong on the internet. All right, here we are. It looks like we do have Yeety Bird back out on the line for Denver. And our friend Glitter Bomb for Northern Arizona. So Glitter Bomb looking for the way through on the outside line. Denver defense not having it. Yeety Bird in the middle of the pack. We are going to see some penalties now. A multi on the Denver pivot and a lead jammer status for Glitter Bomb. Yeety Bird is through. Glitter Bomb coming around for a scoring pass. Hopefully going to get 4 points. We'll see if they run it. Nice big full press offense And a call off. 4 more on the board for Northern Arizona. So getting that lead, getting those points, calling it off, that's been the MO the whole second half so far. We are 10 minutes in. We got just over 19:45 left on the clock of this final game of the Flatiron Faceoff. Nice knockout, big recycle by Kotz here. Holly Ween recycled back far enough to give Missy a chance to get lead, and she does, but here comes Holly Ween. B. Randy standing in the box for Arizona. Northern Arizona, Denver starting with a little bit of a pack advantage, but not for long. Smack overflow, hoping she can push her way to lead. That does work. However, Vivian Slaya is out right behind her. Smack gonna go ahead and call this off. Destroyer sitting in the box for Arizona. So another pack advantage to Denver. Okay, little pile up here. We've got a lead, but we've got a call off for injury. We will take a short break just to help that skater and get them off the track. Make sure everybody's okay. A 501c3 nonprofit organization run by all the skaters you see on the Twitch stream today, both on bout days and everything going on behind the scenes. Our skaters are keeping us rolling. We couldn't do it without you. And of course, thank you so much to our incredible fans and all of our amazing sponsors. BCRD is 100% operated by and for the skaters. And if you're enjoying this, go ahead and give us a like and a follow. Heck, even subscribe if you're feeling good about it. And if you do have Amazon Prime, you do get a free Twitch sub. I hope you'll consider using this month's sub on Boulder County Roller Derby. And once again, thank you so much to all of our officials that help make this game possible. As you can see, all the skaters are volunteers, but so are all the officials. That's definitely my post-skating career is definitely going to be officiating in addition to my announcing. And, of course, shout out, as always, to Skate Rats Skate Shop. They cater to the roller derby community. And, of course, all kinds of roller skating and skateboarding. Skate Rats operates out of the heart of downtown Loveland, Colorado, but they do worldwide shipping with all roller derby and skateboard equipment. They're an incredible local skate shop who is also one of the amazing sponsors for Boulder County Roller Derby. So give them check them out online. That is skaterats.com, SKARATZ.com. So, as we know, NAZRD sitting on 114 points. Denver on 83, having been held scoreless for a little while here. 17:45 on the clock. It's a solid lead, but it's not the most solid lead. Anything can happen. We've got plenty of time for Denver to turn things around. And I think if they are going to beat Northern Arizona at this point, got to keep those jammers out of the box. And, of course, defense, defense, defense. Defense, defense, defense. And I am seeing both teams play some pretty decent offense here, so I think it's going to come down to the defense. And, of course, capitalizing on those lead statuses when you can. So we do see Glitterbomb indeed sitting in the box for this next jam. Glitterbomb is the jammer, so they are handing a power jam to Denver. So far, Denver's handed more power jams to Arizona than otherwise. But Arizona has also been really good at killing these power jams. So we shall see. So the best part about being up high on this platform at the Boulder County Fairgrounds is that you can see everything and it's awesome, but you cannot easily get to where the officials and the coaches and stuff are and to overhear things. And it's really hard out here for a nosy gal. Red Hot 35-0-0 is still a win. You know what? Yeah, if that's what you're going for. Absolutely. Absolutely. It can be a win, depending on what you're trying for. So there was some kind of a meeting going on between the coaches and the officials, but no official review was called. It was just an official timeout, and I really wonder what it was about. So if I find out and I can tell you, I will. Next whistle is going to start the jam. Here we go. Glitterbomb starting from the box. Yeety Bird sent out for this Denver Power Jam. Finds a way through on the outside line, picks up that lead jammer status. Everybody's back on the track. Glitterbomb hoping to get through. Denver defense has locked it in here, making Yeety Bird work very hard for these 4 points. Oh, but it is going to be a penalty on Yeety Bird and a power jam for Northern Arizona. So Glitterbomb is not your lead jammer. I believe, yeah, Yeety Bird lost the lead there. This will be a 2-minute jam. So again, defense time to shine. 45 seconds left on the jam clock. And a destruction. Ooh, a destruction and a failure to reform for Butters and Royal. 4 points on the board for Glitterbomb. Yeety Bird back on the track after serving the penalty time. So this is a scoring pass. Yeety Bird was lead and lost it. Yeah, 416. I see, yeah, an illegal contact. Sometimes you hold up your hands to show you weren't doing something, but that doesn't mean you didn't do it. So Trading places in the box with Butters as the jam comes to an end. Denver starting with a pack disadvantage. Bringing that score up 123.87 in NAZRD in the lead here. 15 minutes left in the first half. So we had a couple of clock stoppages. That's why we still have 15 minutes left in this game. Halloween, go ahead and take that lead jammer status for Northern Arizona. Smack overflow almost on the inside line, but just a couple of toe stops out. Northern Arizona with a big, big recycle. That is our friend number 61, B. Randy. We've done a lot of work. We'll see between Hugs and Stitches and B. Randy. A lot of very good one-on-one and two-wall blocking for this team. Bash Tag back on the track. B. Randy. Oh, Bash Tag has the star in hand. There we go. Arizona definitely knows about it. Knocks Bash Tag to the inside line. And I believe a back block on B. Randy. And we've had Bash Tag take the star, now finally putting that star on. Jam Ref holding up the 4 points that were scored before the star pass happened. In case anybody's confused about the pivot finally putting the star on, those points had already been scored. But a big jam for Northern Arizona. Maybe no points for Denver here. I thought there were points. I saw hands. But perhaps I was wrong. 135.87, Northern Arizona in the lead. Jam number 14. Missy Nigma on the line with Vivian Slaya. Hey, Missy on the inside. How about that? And a star pass to Hugs and Stitches. Missy through. Got those points. Oh, I'm seeing a forearm, a cut. Yeah, a cut. Okay. Sometimes the arms are facing the wrong way. That is a cut, unfortunately, for Missy Nigma, who had lead, lost it. Another 2-minute jam. And time for defense to do their best. So Hugs and Stitches now, a 2-minute jam. Hugs and Stitches was the pivot, took the star pass, has already scored 4, now going to get 8. Missy standing, everybody's lining up on the far straightaway, heading into turn 3. Arizona hoping to get them moving, keep them rolling. A bit of a hit there by Royal on the jammer, but it's not enough to stop the forward momentum of Hugs and Stitches. Big hit by Hugs and Stitches into that pack. Woo. A whistle, a high block. Who has done the high block? Oh, yep, that is Arizona blocker B. Randy, Northern Arizona. Missy Nigma coming through, hoping for another scoring pass. Again, big two-wall blocking here by Northern Arizona. There has been a good number of blocker penalties, so it would follow if they practice this 2 and 1 and 3-person blocking, not necessarily all 4. Hugs and Stitches maybe hoping to get a hit on Missy. That's bold. Good luck to you all. Been there, been knocked out by that. The jam does come to a natural conclusion. $20-point jam for Northern Arizona, 8 for Denver, 155.95. So extending that lead. Wow, 55, 60 points now. This is the biggest lead Northern Arizona's had the whole time. We only got 11 minutes left in this game. We do have a team timeout called by Denver. Yep, definitely time to take one. This is the final game. The winner will win the gold. The loser is still second place and takes home silver. So, you know, if you win something, did you lose? Or maybe it was the friends we made along the way. Somebody's listening to the stream because somebody just yelled, "Ew, gross" at me. Llama, loud llama. If she applies to your tournament, tell her that I have to be a reference. She's going to watch this later and send me hate mail. Ooh, official review called by Northern Arizona. So they've won one, they've lost one. Denver has not used any official reviews yet. So we're going to take this moment to give away some free shirts. So this is what you get if you show up, guys. You get free stuff. Boulder's very good about this. And also, I always want to point out that this venue that Boulder gets, the Boulder County Fairgrounds, they're air conditioned. So if you're tired of playing hot and sweaty derby, you should totally come to Boulder, come to Longmont, Colorado, and play roller derby in the AC. At halftime, I had to walk my dogs, and I made my Boulder friends go because I was like, I know you guys need to stretch, and I got to walk these dogs. So come talk to me during this half, and then we'll stretch. Did they stretch? No. So, got an official review. Gonna find out what it's about. This is taking a moment. Much discussion happening. Ah, here we are. Here we are. So the official review I know was lost, but I don't know what it was. Llama will tell me shortly. Here we go. New jam, new jammers. Glitter bomb. Dipping her head right under some arms. Doesn't quite work, but it was clever and it was clean. Yeti bird jamming. Takes the lead jammer for Denver. Although having only a couple of Arizona blockers on the track definitely helps with that. So glitter bomb not out yet. Yeti bird coming through for a scoring pass. And there we go, 4 points on the board for Denver. Almost to that century mark. Glitter bomb free, completing the initial. All of the blockers are back on the track. Ooh, Yeti bird getting through, taking a spill, gonna call the game, call the jam, pulling in those feet, last second. Good job, Yeti bird, nice fall. So, Northern Arizona, they did want an illegal contact call on a blue 111. That's Royal for blocking a down skater. Not enough eyes on the action, so that it was not retained. Sometimes those pileups, it's hard to see exactly what's happening, what's incidental, and what really happened there. So that's not a surprise. It wasn't retained, but it was worth going for it. Here we go. That is Halloween on the line up against L on Wheels. Halloween, your jammer for Northern Arizona. L on Wheels for Denver. Halloween knocking pretty much everybody down there. Not quite out yet. Nice hit on L on Wheels, but not enough, and that's the lead jammer status. A direction call on Royal as the pack speeds up. This happens a lot when people are getting tired, so that's definitely a thing. L on Wheels hoping to catch up and get some points, but racing Halloween has not been a winning proposition this whole game so far, so I'm not sure why it's happening now. Here we go. L on Wheels takes the spill, calls the jam. So apparently there was a little bit of a warning to the coaches. The game's getting a little heated. There's some safety concerns, and that they will make a call to stop the game due to safety if things continue as they have been doing. Which is fair. This ain't hockey. This is roller derby. We're all friends here. I'm always a friend to somebody who's got really nice toe stop work like Glitter Bomb does. That is lead jammer, Glitter Bomb for Northern Arizona. Smack overflow jamming for Denver. Completing the initial, but we are losing Royal to the box. And, okay, a forearm and an illegal procedure, so that's 2. Ooh, Smack hoping for a little bit of a hop and some points at the end of the jam. Not going to get it. But I do think, that is Royal number 7. Yep, going to have a Mads Kills sit down for Royal. Wes Slamderson heading to the box at the end of the last jam. You hate to see it. Halloween back on the line. Missy Enigma for Denver. Missy Enigma hoping to find some space on the outside. Our friend Hugs and Stitches is there to hang out with Miss Enigma to make it always difficult. Okay, lead jammer, Miss Enigma. A forearm called by our OPRs out there. Bash tag heading to the box. Mads is sitting, Royals 2 penalties. Just a very fast pack. Pack is front, just, mostly. Pack is all together there, sort of. Everybody's just skating. Jam will be called. No points for nobody. No, I heard the ref say no pack, and then there's no pack. Honestly, everybody's going to go to the box if you keep pissing off these head refs. Here we go. We got ourselves a lead jammer. That is Glitter Bomb. Yeti Bird completing the initial, coming around. Glitter Bomb with the call off, hoping for a point. 0 going up for Denver. I see a couple of fingers, perhaps. Northern Arizona using their second team timeout. They've lost their official review for this half. Denver has not used an official review this whole game. It's not going to make it. Use those biceps. So, one team timeout left to each team. Denver has not used their OR. They got 2 clock stoppages left. We got 5:22 on the clock, 160 to 104. Northern Arizona has definitively taken the lead here. I would say it would be incredibly difficult for Denver to make it up at this point. But hey, it's anybody's game. Okay, next whistle is going to start the jam. All the dogs in the building are very tired. They're ready for this game to be over. And now we have jam number 20, Halloween and L on Wheels. L on Wheels, maybe. But look, there's the Hugs and Stitches out there. Okay, even Hugs and Stitches can't stop L on Wheels right now. She's your lead jammer. Ooh, a direction. Who got the direction? Spitfire got the direction. That's okay. That happens. No, maybe not. Nobody's. Oh, yeah, there she is. There she is in the box. There was an NSO in the way. I was like, whoa, maybe not. All right, I could see most of it, but I can't see everything. 4-3 jam in favor of Northern Arizona, 164. Denver 107. Glitter bomb sent out once again. 404 smack overflow right up the outside line. Like nobody was there because nobody was there. Lead jammer for Denver. Ooh, whistles for everybody. A high block. Oh no, a high block on glitter bomb. Power jam, Denver. Smack overflow. Spitfire returning to the Arizona pack. Going to see a little offense here. Ooh, a nice pop out by the pivot. That is Vivian Slaya wearing the pivot hat. Smack coming through with 2 to beat. But again, Northern Arizona has been crazy with the 2-wall blocking and the one blocking. We see a no-earn pass held up. I think that's bacon. That is bacon. So not all those points are going to be assessed. We got a couple of points go up for Denver here. A nice big 10-point jam for Denver. 0 for Northern Arizona. A rare scoreless jam for them. Welcome to the chat, Military Bros. 82316. Yeah, birdie. And Hot Flash. Yay, Stitches. Love you, baby girl. Yay. All right, here we are. Halloween back on the line. Yeety Bird for Denver. Halloween has consistently shown really good footwork, and this lead status is no different right there on the outside line, keeping it in bounds. Yeety Bird looking for the way through. Slam track wearing the pivot hat this time for Denver. Wow. Spitfire just bodily shoving Hugs and Stitches into Yeety Bird. Halloween is your lead jammer. Still 4 points already. That is Spitfire now in the box again. A direction on Hugs and Stitches, I think. Yeety Bird finds a way through. Does complete the initial. Halloween is still your lead jammer. Likely will hold Yeety Bird scoreless here, going for a few. Yep. Even if it means icing her own blockers in the box, they tend to try and keep Denver scoreless where possible. That's been the story of this game so far, and that's why the lead came away like this in the second half, even though Denver was only down 10 at the beginning of it. 173, 117, just under a minute and a half left on this period clock. This is the last game of the Flatiron Faceoff. And we got maybe 2 more jams, maybe 3. Depends on how wild everybody's feeling. A lead jammer status right up the inside line, left open for Miss Enigma. But again, Glitter Bomb finding a way through. Denver sometimes losing cohesion as soon as their jammer gets out, as the opposing jammer turns on those jets. Okay. A nice hit. We got to see another blocker in the box. That is Vivian Slay in the box. Not wearing the star anymore, I've seen. Destroyer returning from the box as well to bolster the tripod here. Nice and clean. Miss Enigma. 4 more points for Denver. A nice comeback towards the end here. A forearm. Oh, and a power jam. The forearm is to Glitter Bomb. Power jam Denver. Oh my gosh. With 14 seconds left on the period clock, 1 minute on the jam clock. So we'll see if they have Missy. Though Missy's got to run it. So this period clock will expire, guys. This is the last jam. I know we said maybe 2, but nope, this is it. This is the last jam. And now all we have left is jam clock. So chance for Denver to pick up some more points. These are sanctioned games, so this matters. Points is best. All right. Missy was not lead. Her name was not blinking on the scoreboard. So maybe she was lead or it just was wrong, but that's the end of it, folks. Either way, I don't think we're going to have another jam because of this. 16-3. So, Denver with a beautiful big jam at the end of the game at 16 points. 3 points up for Northern Arizona. And that's the final whistle, folks. That's the score, 176. Northern Arizona Roller Derby Whiskery Rollers takes the win over Denver Roller Derby Standbys. Your gold and silver medalist for this Flatiron Faceoff. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Chai Kilski. It's been a pleasure, and we will see you again soon. Have a good night.